tax,
And we
collector.
lived, that's no more or less than the Stamp Act. And what's it for? To raise revenue, but nobody cares, right? It's a historical thing we talk about, and that's the thing, school is good at. Isolate this so no one thinks, ridicule it so no one thinks that, hey, wait a minute, right? Because I can't go out here in the front of my house, and I can't start selling things without the police showing up. Where's your license to sell? I don't have one. Then you're shut down because of the Stamp Act that we live under. But anyway,
That's
Patrick
a beautiful
Henry.
point. Thank you for bringing that forward, man.
Well, yeah, but it's true and nobody
Yeah,
recognizes it. But anyway, so Patrick Henry, yeah, he writes what end up being called the Stamp Act Resolves or the Virginia Resolves. He writes 7 of them, and 5 of them get approved by the House of Burgesses. And then he goes home. He's pretty happy. He's riding home. He gets on his horse. He's leaving Williamsburg. They voted, and he's very happy that 5 of the 7 got put through. He goes home, comes back, and finds out that while he was gone, they rescinded the 5th one, which the 5th one was the most powerful one. The 5th resolve that ended up not getting approved, getting approved and then rescinded, said that only Virginia can tax Virginians, that no tax imposed by anybody whatsoever except the Virginia legislature was valid, right? And so that they were like really afraid that that's going too far because that might invoke the ire. But the fact is, you could tell the tone, man, because Patrick Henry in that Stamp Act speech, you know, he's just going off. And they said you could hear him. It started a thunderstorm, and you could hear him over the thunder. And you can go to that church, St. John's Church, where he delivered it. And he's sitting here just going off. And he says, see,
I think I have
Caesar.
that quote.
He says, Tarquin had his Brutus.
Yeah,
Tarquin had his Brutus. Charles the First had his Cromwell, and George the Third had better learn from their example. And basically, everybody starts calling treason, like literally just screaming out treason. Because basically, what he was saying is, if George the Third wants to act like a tyrant, we'll treat him like a tyrant and kill him. Because that's what happened to Tarquin. Well, Tarquin didn't get killed, but that's what Caesar ultimately also had Brutus, Julius Caesar. So you had, and the idea being Charles the First was beheaded, Julius Caesar was stabbed, Tarquin was run out of town, and George the Third, the same will happen to you. But he was interrupted, and finally he just said, had better learn from their example. And dude, that just, you can tell the tone because everybody in there is like, oh, no, he didn't.
right.
Because he's
Well,
basically saying, we will treat you like a tyrant if you're going to act like one.
and then my favorite line from that is when he says, "If this be treason, make the most of it."
Yeah, because they start screaming treason. And he's like, well, if this is treason, make the most of it. Here
Let's
I
do
am.
it.
Come get me. And that, again, that propelled him to, because the Virginia Resolves got passed around the colonies. And they were like, whoa, Patrick Henry, dude. And so you've got people like the Sons of Liberty up north. And then all over Sons of Liberty chapters, form all over the colonies.